AI has now made fire, digital fire, but fire nonetheless. Humanity's first step into becoming a civilized, technological society with the creation of fire. Then it was the wheel, and now AI has created it in the computer for us, which is pretty cool. Look at this fire, and you got all these controls here. But before we go on that, this was not my first attempt. No, not indeed. First attempt was in the AI Studio by Google, and it did not work, even though it's using the exact same large language model, the same AI as in the Google Gemini. It could not generate it, and I tried many times, and it would just come up with blank screens. And I had a menu at one point, but now that's gone. But this fire looks pretty cool. But you wait until you see the other things. Look at ChatGPT, for example. Do you think that counts as fire? It is terrible. It's just this blocky nuss squares. Like, it doesn't even look like fire. It's more like fireflies that are terribly designed. So I would really call this a fail on the front of ChatGPT. And then if we look at DeepSeek, something slightly better, but not exactly fire. It's like, why is it? It's like it's got a pan on the top of this fire. And so it can get smaller and bigger, but it doesn't exactly flow like fire would. And we have this turbulence. I mean, definitely better than ChatGPT, but not exactly fire, and still these particles, whereas in Google Gemini it feels like an actual flame, and then we can control it here, make it wider, make it taller. If we zoom out, giant fire, cannot see the whole thing, bring it all the way down, small fire, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. And watch when we do this, we play the wind, it moves to the left, and then this is your z-axis, so you can move it around based upon the wind. So it has interactive elements, so much better than the other ones. You know, you think this is the that ChatGPT and Gemini are on a similar level of coding abilities, but I often find that Gemini tends to outperform it significantly compared to ChatGPT. And then we can have glow, how bright it gets, and then you can change how it flickers. But like even putting in this flickering, like as the fire flickers, which is like a real life effect that we visually see, that the AI has crafted into this. It's fascinating. And then you get all this like flamey bits. It's very cool. And all these particles coming off, and then we could change that color to, let's make it green, so it feels like magic flames or whatever, or purple. So it's very cool in the fact that it could do it. But like very surprising, it couldn't do it in the AI Studio. It had to use this. Let's look at the code here. It is just on the 500 lines of code. So all of this, pretty good. It's just using the 3JS here, 3 orbital controls, and it's just the UI controls. So everything done in 3JS has created particles. So it has created particles, a huge amount of them. But then if we look at the code here in ChatGPT, we can see how many lines we've got to compare it with, 136. So like you can really see that Gemini clearly outperforms. It has created, almost 5 times the amount of code to do something significantly better. And then here in this one, it doesn't actually give me a line count on DeepSeek, but, I could just copy this. I'll copy that into Sublime. So yeah, this is 351 lines of code here. So again, significantly less, but, much more than ChatGPT, but nowhere close to the almost 500 lines of code that we're getting in Gemini. So no wonder it's performing so much better. It looks so cool, you can drag it around. So yeah, quite impressed with this fire creation by Google Gemini.